As if we needed to be reminded, the double champ does what the fuck he wants.
I'd like to take this chance to apologise to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the f he wants.
Conor McGregor caught up in a nude pic scandal. Conor McGregor on the Chaz at this weekend's Bare Knuckle FC promotion. Very sensational news for the upcoming President of Ireland, Conor McGregor, this weekend. It's very interesting and very funny because so many people have jumped into my comment section going, this is the guy that you want as president? This is the guy that you think is going to lead the country? And I don't know how to answer it, only, yeah. Have you looked at the track record of the leaders of this country recently? Simon Harris, our current Prime Minister. That guy's been involved in more scandals than I can even imagine. Remember the cervical cancer scandal back in 2018? Where I believe to date it's confirmed that 20 women lost their lives because of the ineptitude of that man. And he gets to lead our country. And not only does he lead the country, he actually goes out there and represents us on the international stage. And he talks about things like climate change and the war in the Middle East. He talks about hate speech bills, and he talks about mass migration. And anybody that has any questions on any of these topics, of course, are far right lunatics. So this guy has made it his business to isolate 70-80% of the Irish populace who never voted for him. And it's amazing how these guys can fail upwards. So I just think it's funny in terms of the disproportionate reactions between the leaders of our country and some MMA guy over on Twitter. It was Big Con's birthday yesterday, and allegedly he spent it hanging out with some fat Latino chick on a beach, and there's like pictures of him just overtly kissing her and fondling her and acting the bollocks, really, to be honest with you. When you have a smoking hot bird at home, I don't know why you would be doing that shit, and I don't know why you would be doing it in public, and it's just all very messy. For 1 second, I don't even begin to condone that sort of bollocks acting. These are things that need to be rectified and shut down and just stopped, and I don't know whether that's a possibility now for Conor McGregor. And after the weekend where we finally saw him deliver a speech without stuttering, I was like, here we go, Con is back. Here we go.
The alien of combat sport, and may we rise above the night sky and rain down blows viciously on all our deniers, and announce here today that Bare Knuckle FC has no love for the big glove.
And he delivered it with venom and power, and I was like, yeah, I can see it. I can see it, that's pretty cool. And then that gets followed up with like 20 videos of him touching his nose and snorting and acting erratically as if he was chazzed up. And listen, with a track record like Con, you have to imagine that's exactly what was happening. That led us into fondling some fat Latino yoke on the beach. No interest in that. Go home to your missus. First of all, she's nicer than 95% of the skanks that you've been actually fondling in the last couple of years. So just go home to your missus, get that sorted out. Then we have the beautiful caveat of the dick pic, and I thought it was a joke. I was like, what is this? And then I actually saw that it was real, and I was like, whoa, that is fucking crazy, man. That is crazy. He's lifting a weight with his mick. You're just like, alright, whatever. And then we see who he actually sent the dick pic to, and I'm like, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. As I said, 95% of the skanks that he's with compared to his missus, mankified. This hood rat of a yoke, you sent your dick pic to her and she actually said, fuck away out of it with your crooked yoke. It's like embarrassing, man. Don't be lowering yourself to reaching out to them sort of yokes. Of course, this chick rolled out the tweet with the jive talk like, yo, my man, my bitch coming up here sending me dick pics. It's like, shut up, bitch. Like, why are you famous? I don't know who you are. Is she a singer? Is she one of these reality TV show type things? Get the fuck out of here. Who gives a shit? Conor, what are you doing, man? Sending pictures to yokes like that? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But as I said, the double champ does what the fuck he wants, right? I just find it very funny that people are going wild on social media talking about, here's the next president of Ireland, guys. Ha 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 ha. You get this like barrage of people with Free Palestine in their profile and LGBTQ rights and all this type of stuff, and you're just like, okay, here we go. What do you have to say? Hit me with your original take. And it usually consists of, this guy's a serial assaulter and he punched an old man in a bar. And so it's like, alright, the leaders of this country in the last 5 years have been beyond embarrassing, disgusting, despotic, and beyond comprehension, to be honest with you, in terms of being so vile. During the pandemic back in 2020, you remember who was leading the country then? Leo Varadkar? Let's do a little tagging. Let's do a little list of Leo and his skills as a leader and juxtapose them with Conor McGregor. This guy was Indian. He was gay. During the lockdown when we were all fucked inside our houses and not left out for 6 months, couldn't even go to work, this guy had his top off drinking beers in the park with another bunch of benders. During the same period, he was caught cheating on his bender partner with 18 or 19-year-old kid in a beer garden of a pub, and someone caught it on video, and it's the leader of our country licking the mouth off of a teenager. You're like, okay. But surely when he gets in front of the camera and he addresses the nation during this, extraordinary event of the sniffle, it's going to be powerful, right? And he's going to give us a little bit of hope and a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, because the economy was blown out the roof over these people. No one was going to work, and all the old people were fired into nursing homes by these guys to just rot away. So when he came out in front of the nation, he came out and he started reciting Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings. You're like, what? Where was the condemnation for that? Where was the outrage? Where was the wall-to-wall coverage by the mainstream media? There was none, because it's all a big scam. It's all a big scam, man. Get the fuck out of here. All this fake energy getting pushed towards Conor McGregor because of a dick pic. Who gives a flying fuck? Who gives a flying fuck? As I said, Simon Harris, 20 women dead because of the ineptitude of that man. He's involved in numerous other scandals. Scolios, polio, kids dying left, right and centre, and him promising their parents that he was going to get them the proper treatment never came to fruition, and he got a promotion. Cool, that guy is the representative for Ireland now. He leads us. We don't see wall-to-wall coverage of him. We don't see the Free Palestine in the bio and Trans Lives Matters and all them type of people going after him, do we? No. I wonder why. So to wrap it up in one tight little parcel, Conor McGregor, the next president of Ireland, should not be sending dick pics to some skanky hood rat. Absolutely not. Nobody condones that. You definitely shouldn't be doing the dirt on your missus with another fat Latino yoke. Gross. Absolutely gross. Go home to your bird, man. Come on. You gotta pull back on the chads when you're doing the promotions for Bare Knuckle FC. It looks ridiculous, like snorting and sniffing all over the place. Absolutely mental. But with all that being said, what we should actually be doing is looking at the actual leaders of this country. Past, present and future. Not some dude over on Twitter talking about being president. The actual people that hold the power of this country. They are disgusting, they're vile, and we know that the mainstream media isn't going to push back on them. So we have to do the job that the mainstream media aren't going to do. They're disgusting, and they should be exposed at every single turn, just like Conor McGregor. If any of that made sense, let me know down below. Maybe hit like, subscribe and share if you're new here, and I'd really appreciate that. Cheers.